Amazing. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Amazing to have you all here. Amazing to have you all watching live. Obviously, I'm Nick Stevenson. This is my amazing partner, Kristen Melwood. Then we have the amazing Courtney Anderson, and then we have the incredible Kate Christensen.
Hello.
So, can you please go back to the other page, please? Thank you. So yes, welcome to everybody who's here. Welcome to everybody who's watching live. Welcome to everybody who's watching the replay. Also, this is a really, it's going to be a really powerful masterclass. We're super excited for all four of us to come together and take you on a bit of a journey, give you a lot of reflections and realizations, share a lot of our own stories as well and what's enabled us to get into the positions that we're in and the journey that we're on and what we're currently creating and be able to reflect that back to you. So today, day one is really about just to give you guys a bit of an idea. Obviously, we have today, 5 p.m. today, and then same time tomorrow, we're going to be running another 60 minutes. So today, 60 minutes. Tomorrow, again, we're going to be running another 60 minutes. And just to give you a bit of a idea of what we're going to be diving into, when we first started coming together around and even creating the name of what we we're going to do here with the Impact Revolution, it really starts with yourself. And when we were talking about the Impact Revolution is like the impact that you're wanting to create for yourself and your own life. And we're also going to talk into beyond that and what's beyond that as well. But it does start with yourself. So you're all here, like either watching the replay or watching this live. You're all here because there's something that's called you here. Either maybe one of us has forced you into being here, and that's okay as well. But you're showing up on this live, and showing up in this masterclass because there's something calling you. There's something calling you forward. Maybe that something is one of us, and that's okay as well. Or maybe like you connecting with yourself and your soul, there's just something deep in your soul that's calling you forward, that knows that you're meant for more, or knows that there's uh, more in life that you're wanting to create. So today in day one, it's about unveiling all that and pulling back the layers and getting you to connect deeply with like the purpose of what you're here for. And as we go through today, we really want you to engage like as much as possible. So engage as much as you can, comments, um, dive in, interact. There's going to be a bit of a homework task at the end of today for you to go away and do tonight, before tomorrow morning, which is a super, super powerful process that I've done multiple times, and I'm sure these guys have done it multiple times as well. It's very sort of transformative. And um, yeah, with that, the person that creates the most epic, I won't even say what it is yet.
Secret.
The person that we feel like engages and puts the most energy into that, we're going to give a special prize to. So
And the secret is it's only 1 minute of time.
yeah, true.
1 minute of time. It can be longer, but that's pretty much it. And so punchy, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So what today is all about, like I mentioned, is creating a massive transformational experience. So where we start with this is like what it has actually brought you here. I like to refer this to as, and like I love talking about this all the time. And I won't go dive too much into my own story, but like being in business for like 10 years now and like being on this journey of life for like 32 years now and navigating and finding my way. I've had my own lessons as we ha all have and my own experiences um, and building a life around three main things that I always talk about, which is health, wealth, and relationships. That's what all goals are built around. And the way you can start deeply connecting with that with yourself to actually see if you're on the right path is, and this is what today is all about, and we're all going to share like our own sort of perspective on this and the things that intertwine with this overarching theme, which is like, what is your North Star? So the North Star it's a star in the sky, and it's a star that doesn't shift from where it is. A lot of the stars and everything. So it's one of the brightest stars in the sky, but it's also a star that doesn't shift its position all that much. So it gives you clarity, it gives you direction, it gives you a purpose for always knowing what direction and what decisions to make in your life. So the easiest way I can relate to like a North Star is, or your North Star is, what is the lifestyle that you actually want to create for yourself? Because like we're only here for a short time, we're only here for a brief time. As much as you think you have a long time here, I feel like the more the years go by, the shorter and shorter it actually feels.
Mm.
So it's like, what is your North Star? What is the lifestyle that you actually want to live? And you're probably on this call because there's something you feel like that there's more for you. And that could be more in any direction. That could be more for you in terms of more connection with your partner and more time with your partner. That could be more for you in terms of you want to be able to travel more and you want to be able to see the world. That could be more for you in terms of you want to be able to have more time in your day to be able to pick your kids up from school. It could be absolutely anything. Everyone's version of their North Star, you can relate it to like, what's your version of freedom? What's your version of success? What's your version of fulfillment? What does all of that look like for you? And that's the big purpose of today is we want you to deeply connect with that. And then based on that, you can start asking yourself the question is what you're currently doing going to get you there? And that's a really, really powerful question. And it can be a really big slap in the face sometimes as well, because you realize what you want and what you're creating and what you're moving towards isn't necessarily going to happen if you continue doing the same thing. And that might be the reality for some of you, and maybe not for others. Maybe some of you will actually know that you're on the right path, and that's amazing. Other people will come to the realization that, yeah, I'm not on the right path. And for me to have what I desire and for me to have what I feel is freedom and success and fulfillment and all these amazing things for me, then there's a version of, yeah, maybe I need to do things differently. And it's like based on that, it can be even based on your version of success and the pathway that you're taking to get there. Based on all of that, are you doing things in a way that you've been taught, that you've been conditioned to do, and you only know one way? So through this, I want you to give yourself permission to be curious, to have like that childlike curiosity to explore things and do things differently. Because if you do the things that you've always done, then you always get what you've always had. So are you wanting to continue doing, like Einstein says it as well, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting something different. It's like if you're wanting a different life, if you're wanting things to shift, but you're living day to day and you're showing up every day and doing the same thing, then nothing's going to change until you decide to change. So based on that, that's what we're going to be diving into today. And Kristen, Kate, Courtney, I'll share a little bit more at the end as well. We're all going to share like our sort of own perspective of that and different parts of that as well, as it relates to ourselves. We all come from different backgrounds. We all come from different experiences. Um, all have amazing, amazing experiences in terms of um, the life that they're living and the pathway that they're taking, which I'll let them share on all of that. Um, so yeah, for you guys, I'd really just want you to strap yourself in, listen, engage as much as possible, write notes if you can. If you're like sitting down, write notes or take mental notes if you're not sitting down and you're occupied potentially with kids or work or whatever it might be. But that's what we're here for. So strap yourself in because there's going to be a lot of like powerful takeaways, especially from the background that like these amazing women come from as well, like life coaching and somatics and like breath work and all these amazing lessons that we can learn from all these different areas. There's going to be some very, very powerful takeaways. So yeah, get ready and we're going to dive in. And we're going to start with my amazing, incredible partner, Kristen. So yeah, this beautiful woman is an absolute powerhouse. Like she shares so many insights. She's opened me up to a whole new world of a way of doing things. Um, so I'm excited for you guys to be able to experience all of it. All yours, Ben.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you so much. Oh, hey guys. So, yeah, my name is Kristen Melbourne. I I actually get so excited when I come into these spaces, and I actually for a long time thought it was nervousness until I realized it's actually the energy that's generating through me. It's the excitement of the room. It's feeling even through the screen or in in-person rooms, but right now we're through the screen, all of your guys' energy. And even just seeing in the chat, you guys sharing some aspects of what you're journeying right now, I can feel it. I can feel it. And I love being able to have this energetic, spiritual experience with you guys and also this physical experience where we are co-collaborating in this space. So just know you being here is just as important as us being here too, and we share this together. And what's even cooler is that there is literally a storm unfolding right now and there's lightning everywhere. So the energy is already high. So know you're in the right time at the right place with the right people, hearing the right information, having the right conversations. So a big welcome, a big, big welcome to you and to all of us here today. What I would love for you to do 1 second, if you're in and out of listening to this, because you're doing a couple of things, that's okay. Just take this 1 second. If you're full present, fantastic. Close down your eyes for a moment. And the first word that comes to your head, acknowledge it, be honest, and then open your eyes and pop it in the chat when I say money. What is the first word? Open your eyes. What was in your body? What was in your mind? What was potentially in your heart space? What was potentially feeling in your lower half of the body, in your legs? What was potentially feeling around you? What was that word? We've got power. Even as me talking, if you didn't take that second to have a breath, we've got happiness. Amazing. Keep popping them in. I know it's a little bit delayed. Choices, power, freedom. This is fantastic, guys. This is great. This is amazing. Sometimes when people tune into it, there's fear, there's doubt, there's debt, there's I don't know, in the form of probably I'd say that translates to fear. And it's because money, you've heard this before, it's such a taboo topic, but it's not at the same time because it's a transaction that you engage in throughout your life every single day, every single moment. Money is around you. It's an energetic field. Giving, freedom. That's fantastic, guys. I'm feeling like we're in the right room with you guys in the right mindset, which is excellent. And I just want to bring the attention to, with all these words, with freedom, power, choices, giving, comes great responsibility when it comes to money. Julie, thank you, Julie. We've got fear coming up as well. I struggle to get one word as my brain chatters and thinks a lot. Fantastic, Zara. That's amazing, babe. And there'll always be something, and it's just about catching it. It's about just catching it like catching like a mosquito in the air. It's a nice way how to put it. And just taking that in this moment. So why it's important to acknowledge this, guys, and you can check in straight after this session together. You can check in tomorrow. I would really encourage you guys to check in with the word money. How are you feeling in this moment? How are you feeling in this moment? I would even challenge you and invite you to, when something arises, when there's a bill to pay, when there's maybe more week at the end of the money, how do you feel about money in that moment when you say that word and you're in that struggle, that problem, that situation for a moment? How do you truly feel? Because this baseline will show you where you actually have a foundation laid. Can you still have gratitude? Can you still be grateful for money? Show money love, respect even in a moment where it feels like money's not there. Yet it is, it's just actually shifting your perception to see where it is. So this is what I'm sharing with you right now is some really powerful gratitude work that I have done over the years with different mentors, and I'm even going deeper right now. So I get to share this with you guys and call you forward as well, and we get to walk on that journey together of money being.
Yeah, just on that, for you
Yes.
guys that are here in the chat, type in like based on where you want, because again, we're looking at where you're at. This whole call is about where you're at and where you want to be.
Yeah.
So based on like your idea of where you want to be, pop in the chat from the scale of like 1 to 10. We're going to talk into a lot of different areas to like tonight,
Yeah.
but based on money and what we're talking about now, like from 1 to 10, type in like where you like being really truly honest with yourself as well, like actually honest with yourself and allowing yourself to think big as well. Don't be like, oh, I want to live this life where I just have $1,000 a week. Like think
Yeah.
big. A lot of people stop themselves from thinking big because again, fear that they can't have it and what's the point of thinking that and all these things.
Yeah.
So allow yourself to go there, allow yourself to really remove the resistance of, oh, I'm not worthy, I can't have that. Like if you were to remove all of that and we could wave a magic wand, like and you could have everything that you want,
Yeah.
like allow that to be your standard of money of where you want to get to.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, like where are you at now? Where are you at now? And I want you to pop in the chat from the scale of like 1 to 10. Um, what score would you give yourself as it relates to money?
Yeah. And 0 being and 10 being.
Yeah, so 10 being your like your North Star, as I was talking about at the start. It's the lifestyle that you want, money that you're bringing in that actually gives you that lifestyle. That like that's your 10. And 1 being like you're poor, you're broke, you have no money, you're in debt, like whatever that is for you. Everyone has their own version of that.
Yeah.
So where would you rate yourself now? When you guys to pop a number in the chat.
Yep. We've got 5. Excellent.
And again, just remember, like you guys sharing this in this space, it is a safe space.
So safe.
So like everyone here, like we respect everything that everyone else is saying.
Yeah.
This is for you guys to freely express because that's what tonight's call is about as well.
So we've got a 6, a 4, a 3. This is epic, guys. Thank you, like Nick's saying. A 7. Super safe space. Please just allow this group, this chat to, yeah, this is epic. Allow this space to be your time to express, to like, yes, let us in. Yes, be seen in what you're going through right now. Know that you're not alone and know that you're fully acknowledged in what you're experiencing right now, and know that it's so possible for you to shift and move away from that and take those small steps one foot at a time. So we've got a 7. Yeah, epic. So this is fantastic, guys. So you can see in yourself, it's like, okay, this is where I'm at. And at the same time, like Nick's saying, you can see the vision you guys have all got where you want to be. And so that'll look very different to all of yous because it's very individual. The reason why I jumped straight into the money conversation is because it shows a lot about ourselves. It is not just about the money. It is about your relationship with money. It is about how you treat money. I have touched on this already, but the way you will treat money and the way you'll show up for money, I want you to really get this, is the way you'll show up to your family, is the way that you'll show up to your relationships, is the way that you'll show up to your career, your work area of life, your business, whatever it is, your passions and hobbies. And so in this reflection, in this number, what sort of gauge of how you're showing up to the space with money to have that ideal lifestyle, what sort of gauge do you have on your behaviors or the way that you're showing up to money? Does it seem like you're in avoidance? Does it seem like it's too hard? You don't know enough about money. You see people investing and it's just like, you don't have the resources right now or haven't gone into it. Does it feel a bit distant? You know, you can pick one word, and I would love for you guys to pop that as well in the numbers, like you did in the numbers in the chat. That word that's coming to you, that's creating the gap. What is that word? If you could just put it to one word for a moment, it could be, yes, fearful. It could be feeling like you just don't know enough. It could be, how would I change my money situation if the way I was raised, if no one else did in my family, something like that. So it's a bit like generational. That could be the word. Self-worth, don't know enough. This is great. Yeah, once again, guys, really honoring you with this, because we're already going deep together. Some of us don't even know each other, but I'm very, very passionate, a huge advocate for having this honest, vulnerable conversations, because way back when someone had these sort of conversations with me, and it changed my life forever. It brought in my ideal man. It brought in my soul sister best friend, who I was already living close by in the street over, and we're running on parallel timelines until boom, we cross over because our energetic fields start to align. So things rapidly change in your life when you start to have these sort of conversations. Now you'll look around, and you guys can pop in the chat as well and let me know what you're seeing in front of you, whether it's at workplaces or your family lineage. What is going on around you when it comes to other people's money situations? Do you hear other people feeling the struggle when it comes to their wages? Do you feel, you might know families, you guys might have families. Do you feel the struggle when it comes to this money relationship, about the income, the correlation between the income and the lifestyle that you really are wanting to live? Is that also like the conversation, the energies that you're seeing in your environment around you, whether it's workplace, families? Is it of a higher vibration where people are living their ideal life? Or is it also in this struggle, this fear, this I don't know, this disconnect, this distance in the relationship with money? What are you seeing in front of you as well? Distant. Yeah. This is really important, what you're observing in your environment, because your environment also dictates what's going on in your internal world. Devotion. Yeah. Struggle. That's fantastic. Yep. So this is really important conversation to have as well, guys. It's not just, yes, about you, what you're dealing with. It's also like what's in your environment. So you becoming aware of what's in your environment, knowing now that it's actually dictating part of your story and part of your reality, is really, really important. Because there's going to be some things with you that we share that can start to rapidly change the environment around you. Now, one of them, as you can see, us four collaborating together and having this epic conversation with you guys tonight and tomorrow night, us four hanging out with each other has totally raised all of our vibrations and brought us into a different space. All of us have, yes, problems. We have things that we're dealing with. However, we have these higher vibrational thoughts and conversations together where it's, how can we move through this? What can we do? And this sort of conversation, hanging out with people around you who are having these sort of thoughts, these sort of approaches to life, the get up and the go and let's go get it. Let's make something different for our families. Yes, I was raised a certain way and that's okay. I appreciate my parents so much, but I'm going to do it differently for my kids coming. Like this sort of attitude, posture, behavior that you get to choose to do today is what changes the reality around you and is what changes the internal world inside of you. Right now, we know it's endless. You guys know this as well. We know this as well. This is why we're very passionate about what we do. This is why we're having the conversation here with you tonight and creating just a container and a space where people can come and express. We know so many people that are struggling. 75% of Australians hate their job. Now, I'm also a huge advocate in this conversation about money to discuss then, where does money come from? Well, yeah, you can get a birthday card and get some money. Fantastic. That's not going to pay too much for the week. Your money comes from your income. It comes from your business. It comes from the work that you do. And let's be honest, we spend majority of our life in that environment, in that place. So you've got to start to ask yourself, okay, if there's a problem and there's this gap between the lifestyle that I want to live, but where I am right now, and the money that I want to have, which is probably not far away to have the ideal lifestyle. It's not like millions of dollars. It's probably just an extra thousands of dollars, and then you get to eat the food that you want. You get to experience the things that you want to with you and your kids. You get to hang out with people who also have incredible conversations and it just feels normal. You get to do a bit of travel if you want to. Like just this standard of living that's pretty basic, but now you have that. You've got to ask yourself, if the income's not there and the job is what gives me the income, or that career area of life is what gives me that income, what am I going to do to then change that? What am I going to do to improve that? How am I going to improve that? Is there conversations with my boss that I can have? Is there another level of leadership that I can step into? This is opening up a whole nother channel of a conversation, but I want you to also think about that channel of conversation, feel into it, because there's a lot of feelings when it comes to, and a lot of emotions attached to our work and career area of life, because it dictates the money that we get, which dictates the lifestyle that we live, which dictates what we give to ourselves and what we give to our kids or our future children. It dictates everything. So you can see there's this chain effect. Lifestyle you want to live, income that comes in to make it, the work that you do, the purpose, the mission that you live, that funnels all of it. It's a really, really important conversation. This is why we're here. We're going to be having more of these conversations with you guys. It's something I'm deeply passionate about and an advocate for, because not enough people are talking about this sequence. Not enough people are talking about how this is super linked. This determines your mental health. This determines your emotional health. This determines how giving and how free you truly are, how many choices you truly have, what sort of struggle you choose to have instead of the struggle that you have now. There's different versions depending on where your definitions are in your life on what struggle really means. Okay, so some people might say struggle because there's not enough money in the bank account by the end of the week, and that's a struggle. Some people might say, I've got plenty of money to live the lifestyle that I live, but my struggle right now is a family member's unwell. But luckily that person who's got enough money, maybe they've got a business on autopilot, they can just step away or work on autopilot, their purpose, their mission. They can step away and serve that family member or friend. But they're both struggling. Those people are both struggling. But which one has more freedom, more choice, more even compromise in their life, more devotion, like these words that you guys are saying, more self-worth, probably more knowledge? Which one? It's obviously going to be the one who set up themselves to have more freedom of choice in their life. And this is also what I'm a huge advocate for, and journeying myself through the different timelines that I walk in this life is like, what does freedom of choice really mean for me? What does freedom of choice really mean for me? Well, it means not having to look at my bank account every time I went to the supermarket or I used to go to the organic shop, transferring in between accounts, few dollars, few cents. That sort of stuff is the start of what freedom of choice really gets to mean. So I'm going to hand it over. I grew up with mum working 2 jobs. I hardly saw her. See, this is awesome, babe. Thank you for sharing. We didn't have money, but I knew it took hard work to get it. I also struggle to accept money when people offer it for things like you give someone something and they try to give you some cash. This is amazing. Yeah, thank you for sharing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hand it over to the Epic Cordos, and she's going to share a couple of things with you guys and come off the back of this Kate. Yeah, I thought so. My intuition was telling me, my brain was like, Courtney on the screen. So beautiful Kate, she's gonna jump off what I've just said and share with you guys some more of this epic conversation. But I really want you guys, as we go through this and then tonight, and then we go through tomorrow, to really think about that chain and what's affecting each part of that chain. The career area of life, your income generating, like that's your power center, the money you're receiving, and the struggles, the limitations, the blocks that's happening around that, the what you don't have, or just the survival that you're in. And then also this lifestyle that you really want to live that doesn't have to be millions of dollars, all these supercars, like all that stuff you do see online. Maybe some of you want that. That's great. Maybe some of you just want to be able to have a lifestyle where you get up and go and just make the day however you see, however you want it. You don't want to be commuting 2 hours a day like I used to, or you don't want to be working the floor as an assistant store manager at Macca's for years, thinking you work up the corporate role and you'd be dead by the time you get there. Like maybe you don't want that and you just want this freedom of life where you get to choose your time in your day, which includes with your children, future children, what that might seem. You get to choose the food you eat. These sort of simple things that actually are your ideal lifestyle. So, Kate, babe, take it away with how you want to kick this off. I'm so excited to hear from you as well. Thank you, gorgeous.
Thank you. That really got me thinking. I hope it got you all thinking as well too. Thank you for that beautiful share. I suppose these are similar questions that I asked myself, 5 months ago, before stepping onto, into this different path. I thought a lot about considering looking at my life, like what do I want my day-to-day life to look like? So I am a mother of two. So I have a 4-year-old and a 9-month-old. And I am like, my husband works full time, and I had a yoga business, somatic business, that sort of just went along, and it served a beautiful purpose for my soul, but it didn't really fulfill the financial place that it needed to. So I started to think about like, well, what does my everyday for my family, what do I really want that to look like? What is the life that I desire for myself and my family? And I think for me, and let us know if any of you on here are mothers or fathers, have children already. I'd just like to know, or even if you are thinking, like these lovely people that I'm here with today, thinking about this for the future of their families. What is the most important thing? And so for me, it is my time, and it's choice for sure. Like I think abundance for me is like slow mornings where I don't have to set an alarm, where, I mean, my 9-month-old is my 5 a.m. alarm, but you know what I mean? Like there is nowhere that I need to be if I don't wish to be with my children. I don't have to push them out the door. We're also free. We're going down the path of free schooling, so out of the system of traditional schooling. So again, like, I joke I'd never be able to get there on time anyway, if they were to go to a traditional school. So, and this like abundance to me is time with these children. And I don't want to look back and have left them for 7, 8, 9 hours a day working somewhere traditional, or even with my yoga business, leaving for 4 or 5 hours a day, and miss these fundamental pivotal years of their life. That have so much to do with their nervous system. And I want to live, my husband and I want to live a family-centered life. So what does that mean to us? That means that we are sovereign in the choices that we make. So how we birth our babies, how we raise our children, how we earn an income, how we live. So I live in this is it here. This is my partially, off-grid tiny home. I choose to live out of that traditional like housing paradigm as well too. So I want to ask you those questions too. Like if you are families, or you have plans to have a family, what does your day-to-day want to look like? What is a priority for you, for your children? Is it to be able to give your children materially everything that they desire, or everything that they, take them traveling, have experiences? Is it that you don't have to leave them? one of the biggest reasons that, you know, a few months ago, I had this amazing conversation with Nick was that I actually want to bring my husband home so that he can work just part-time because he wants to have the passion and wants to do something, but he doesn't have to work 48 hours, 58 hours a week so that I can be home raising our children. So I just saw, just going back through the chat here, someone asked about what somatics are, and I'd love to share one with you. So if you're able to do this, I don't know where you're listening from, or if, you know, you've got children, or you've got, you know, you're listening from work, but just close down the eyes for a moment and just feel into all the energy that has already been laid here before you. And if you can just put a feeling to that energy through the words that I'm sharing with you, with the words that Kristen and Nick have shared with you so far, and just feel it in your body, feel it in your nervous system. Is there a tightening? Is there a clenching? Is there excitement? Oh my God, yes, breastfeeding my daughter while she sleeps, darling. I can feel, my boobs are starting to tell me that my little one needs to be fed soon too. Sorry. Yeah, mama, well done. Thanks for being here. You know, and just feel into the feelings of what that is. And this is a reflection of your nervous system as well. So I want you to bring your awareness to your breath for a moment. You don't need to change the breath right now. You don't need to alter it in any way. Just notice it entering and leaving your body. And then when we can together as a group, we're going to do Bhramari. And this is the bee humming breath, and it's for nervous system management or regulation. So it takes any of this nervous energy, this holding, this, you know, excitement, this whatever it is that you are holding in your body, and it just allows your body to integrate it. So on your inhale, you're just going to inhale through your nose. And on your exhale, you're just going to hum with the mouth closed. Let's do 2 more like that. Inhaling just through the nose and exhaling the entire exhalation, just humming. Feel the vibration through the skull, feel it ripple out through the body. It's settling and soothing the nervous system. 1 more like this. So inhaling and exhaling, humming out. Then return to a natural breath. No need to change the breath. If you're able to, take your fingertips to your hairline so that your hands are over your face, and very slowly just drip, waterfall your hands down your face, very slowly, feeling the contours, feeling the dips and the curves and the shapes of your face, slowly letting the hands come to the chin, maybe down onto the throat, all the way down to the heart space, and just let your hands rest on your heart and just notice. Just notice. Notice the impact that you have made on yourself just by the intention to breathe, sound, touch. This is the work that I love and love to share and feel is so powerful. When you're ready, you can crack open your eyes, bring yourself back into this space. Please take these tools with you. They're so simple. But you know, I've shared these tools with mamas and families, and you know, for so long, for children as well too. How can we manage and regulate and support ourselves when things get really tough, when we don't have enough time, when we're feeling it with our bank balance, we don't get to see our partners or our, you know, in our relationships, when we don't have, you know, when we don't have a burning purpose as well. That's a big one for mamas. You know, we can get sometimes lost in the world of motherhood. But I've realized since coming onto this path that these are just management tools, and they're very valuable, but they're just band-aids. They really are. Yeah. So we need to look at the root causes as to the things that are causing us pain or suffering in our lives. So is it that we don't have enough time for our children and they're growing up before our eyes, and all of a sudden our newborn is a 2-year-old, and then they're at school, and then the system's got them and then we don't see them, and then they're grown up? Or is it that we don't have the abundance of money in our life that we wish and desire, so that we can do all the things that we want, so that we have all the choices? Is it that we don't have a handle on our health, mental and physical? Is it perhaps that we've lost a little bit of that fire for a purpose that is bigger than ourselves? So my passion is about family-centered living, and this pathway that we're going to share more with you, for me, it brings me right to the very center of it. So it enables me more choice. It enables me to really enjoy the time I have with my children. And my goal is to bring my husband home as well. So I think that's what I was going to talk about. I've got some notes here about my choices to live outside of systems and things like that. So, but I don't think I need to go into that right now. I think I just want you to start to think about what's your biggest challenge at the moment. And instead of the band-aids that we use, how can we look at the root cause? Is it time, health? Is it money? Is it purpose?
Yeah, that's amazing, Kate. Thank you so much for that you're absolutely incredible. And I love the path that you're on. I love the mission that you're on for yourself, for your partner, for your family. Like, it's absolutely incredible. And for you to be leading the way in that direction, like, that's what Kristen and I are like on the path for creating for ourselves and our future family. It's like, so like, what for all you guys watching is like, reflect on like, what is it that you value when it comes to, obviously we're spoken into money, like what is it that you value? We're spoken into like health. What is it that you value around health? What is it that you value around like the location that you live in? What is it you value around the time that you have available? All of these things are so important, and that's what going back, just to tie this back into everything, that's what's important to bring back to the conversation of, that's what your North Star will be built around. Your North Star will be built around, what does health look like to you? Do you want to be able to get outside and be in nature and put your feet on the earth and watch the sunrise and all these types of things? And do you want to be able to train and move and just feel amazing in your body? How much time do you want for that in a day? How much time do you want for yourself? What are the things you need to give yourself each day to feel amazing? This is the whole thing, is like, we do things so backwards, and we get conditioned to do things in a particular way in society. And then we leave ourselves to last. Like, we've got to get the work done. We've got to like do all these things, feed the kids, do all these things. And then we come last. And like, that's what we're trying to get you guys to connect with tonight, is no, it's like, what is it that you want for yourself? What is it that's fulfilling for you? The health, the location, the time, all these things. Because like, I shared this quite a bit, but like, if 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 life if life wasn't supposed to be shared, then nobody else would exist but you. So this is the whole point of you like creating your own version of freedom, your own version of success, is to share it with the people that are important to you. And what does that sharing look like? For some of you, if you've got older kids, I realize some of you have older kids in this chat. Maybe it's your ability to take them on a family holiday. Like, maybe you guys want to go to like, maybe you want to take your kids to, maybe they're grown up, they're older, they're 18, they've left the nest. Maybe you want to take them and and take them on a family holiday to New Zealand or something. Like, could be anything. Where like everyone has their own version of all of this. So yeah, just connect deeply with all that and all of those different areas and start realizing, yeah, where are you now? And then as you start connecting with all these deeper things, where is it that you want to get to? Where, like, what's the standard that you actually want to be at giving yourself permission to think big and dream big and like really let yourself go there, because that's what will bring you happiness and fulfillment and all these things is when, not when you get there, but when you know that you're on the path that's going to take you there.
Yes. Yeah, that's key.
So I want to bring in the absolutely incredible Courtney Anderson. She's been on her own path with all of this, coming from, yeah, a whole world of being a vet nurse and being in the 9 to 5 world and doing all these crazy wild things as she does, and she's on her own path and is like the living breathing version of that, and is just building more and more and more into that world. So she's going to have some absolutely incredible, powerful things to share. So all yours, Cordo.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Drop a 1 in the comment if you are loving this. If you love my family, like I love my family. I love you guys so much. Like I love this. Like I'm like Kristen, I've got so much energy running through me and I've got a story. I've got a journey that I'm about to take you on. So I'm going to take you somewhere. And for me it feels, when I was sitting with this, I was like, what do I really want to share? Like, what's a moment in my life that I remember? And something came to me, and I was like, whoa, this is a bit strange. So I'm going to share it with you anyway. Is that okay? Like, drop a 2 in the chat if that's okay, if I can share this with you, because for me, it's powerful, and I feel like it's going to be really powerful for you listening. You already have heard from Nick, you've heard from Kristen, you've heard from Kate, and Nick said something pretty incredible before around sharing this life with others. And for me, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if it wasn't with other people. Like I actually wouldn't. I wouldn't be in this space. I wouldn't be wanting to grow a community. Like what, like why are we wanting to grow a community? Like I want to talk about mission. I want to talk about this feeling within you that you have. Like there's a reason why you're here. It's no coincidence. It's like this synchronicity that you're here because there's this like feeling within you that you just like, I can't grasp what it is, but I just feel different. I just feel like a weirdo. I just feel like I have these different strange thoughts that come to me and I don't know what it is. Like, does anybody else feel like that or is it just me? Because I am a bit of a weirdo. I know that. So I want to take you back to my 21st birthday. Now, my 21st birthday, I was back in Gippsland in Victoria. Like, drop a yes in the chat if you know where that is, back in Victoria. That was, I'm 27 now. So that was, 6 years ago. And just picture these, like, it was in offices. So they're like boxed apartments. They're like, they're right next to each other. There's no garden. Literally my like little, I don't know what you call it, like patio, but it's not a patio. My little backyard was just bricks, just a brick in. And I just, like, me thinking about it, I feel so claustrophobic. So just think about these apartments. I had bikies living next door to me that actually stole my letterbox at Christmas time. They were lovely, but like, this is the type of environment I was in. And I remember my 21st birthday weekend, I was in this phase of starting to think about different, like I had these different thoughts come through of like, what else is there to life? Like, what else is there to do besides being a vet nurse, besides living this mundane, go to work, come home, just like, what else is there? Like I was feeling really unfulfilled. So I was thinking these thoughts, and on my 21st birthday, I remember inviting a whole bunch of my friends around, and these friends were my high school friends. And because my mindset had started shifting, I had put on this weekend to go out, drink, and it was mainly for my friends. And so anyway, they came, no one stayed. They just kind of rocked up. No one drank with me besides my partner's sister at the time. Like, I remember just feeling and being there. And it was just yuck. I was like, I don't want to be around these people. No one wants to put in, like, no one's devoted. Like, no one had this devotion. No one really gave a shit about me. I was like, who the fuck are these? Like, who are these people? Like, who are these friends? Like, I was on this spiral of like, what am I doing in my life? And so it felt really heavy, and I felt like an outsider. The reason why I'm asking this is because in that moment, I felt like, what am I doing? I don't even want to be doing this. I've got friends that aren't even showing up for me. I'm someone that has this like real devotion to my life, or so I thought, and someone that I just want to get more out of life. And I realized that I was very, very different. I started realizing that, oh, they're not like me. And so when it comes to, I know these guys have spoken a little bit about it earlier, when it comes to your environment and it comes to the people you're around, it makes a massive difference. Like, I want to celebrate you for being here today with us, just already changing that frequency and being in that vibration. Like, I don't think you understand how massive that is, and how much this just itself, you showing up, is going to have ripple effects, not just on your life, but the people around you. And so I also want to touch on that as well, of like, going back to my 21st birthday, like from then onwards, things kind of got worse. Didn't really get better, because for me, there was a part of me that had to die. And I was holding on so tight that I was like hurting my friends, hurting my family. Like, really, just, it was really painful. It was so painful because I was holding on so tight, because I was so afraid. I was so afraid of this life that I desired. I was so afraid. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to speak to. I didn't know where to go. To the point I was praying on my bedroom floor, being like, there has to be another way. For you right now in your life to be here, I know that there's probably a feeling within you of like, I know there's more to life. And not just for me, but for my future family, for my friends around me, there's more to life. And you might, like, I felt so lost. I felt so lost back then. Like, if you feel lost, like, you're not alone. We've been there. All of us have been there. And this is the most beautiful transformative moment in your life. It's so pivotal. Being lost, being in the chaos, shit hitting a fan, crashing your car. I crashed my car so many times. Like, I shouldn't actually be here, but I should be, because I've got a big mission. So I know it's all good. There's so many times where life has like slapped me in the face, and I'm like, what the is this? It's all because, one, I wasn't listening to my intuition. Two, I was so scared to listen to my intuition. And three, I knew I was meant for more. Like, a lot of you guys are playing small because of the people around you. You actually aren't afraid of you're not afraid of failing. That's bullshit. I call you out. It's bullshit. You're actually afraid of your own success. Because if you can see, and everything you're talking about in the chat, if you can see your vision and you can feel it, and you know that you're here for more, like, that's why you're here. Because you want to transform your life. You can see that. So it's not a fear, it's not a fear of failure. It's actually a fear of your own success and what that means, and what you're making that mean. Because it's going to mean letting some people go. It's going to mean changing your environment. It's going to mean actually stepping outside of your comfort zone, outside of the humanness for a second, and taking that leap. Just doing that one step, taking that one, like doing one bit of change. It's going to mean changing your life. And as humans, we don't like change. And so that's why it's important to be around people, and so we can support each other. Because let's face it, we don't like change. I don't like change, but I like what comes on the other side of change. More money, giving to my friends, paying for massages, being able to give to non-for-profits, being able to be on stages and creating massive ripples. I like what comes on the other side of change. I don't like change. I don't like feeling uncomfortable, but guess what? I do it anyway. So are you willing and curious, like Nick shared before, to just open that little mind of yours and meet that part of you, your ego, just the ego. Hello, ego. Like, I can tell you I've been on a journey with ego, but that's a story for another day. You're always going to have that ego. It's never going away. That fear, all of it is never going away. So back to my 21st birthday weekend. That's where things started to change for me. So the lesson in this is like, don't ignore those messages. The more you can be aware of your environment and the people, and even just getting really honest, like we've spoken about, getting really honest with yourself of like where you're at, where you want to be. You don't need to know the ins and the outs and the hows. Like the how is going to be explained to you tomorrow. Like that's why you're here. All you've had to do is get yourself to this, like this moment right now on this session. This is all you've had to do. And now you just got to let go. You've got to allow yourself to let go of everything that you've known before you, because to get something different, you've got to do something different. So don't ignore your potential. And don't allow yourself to keep small when you know within you that you're here for more. I'm very big on impact and mission. And so I wanna just share that it could be really powerful potentially for you to write a letter to yourself, but not just like your current self, because that's the old self. I want you to write a letter, like pop on some music, light a candle, set the scene tonight, even if it's before you go to bed or straight after this, it's like you're in that energy. Write a letter to yourself. And like with so much love, so much gratitude, like thank you for everything you've given me up until this moment. Like just let the pen flow. And then I want you to start connecting in with that part of you, like your mission, the new part. It's like, thank you for what you've given me up until this moment. Now, moving forward, this is what I'm only going to accept. And it's like having that real devotion, that fire, that power within you and putting it on paper. I want you to see your vision and your mission on paper and feel it. And this is not something that you just do once. This is something that you keep coming back to over and over and over again. Because your mission you just get to keep going constantly deeper and deeper and deeper with yourself and your mission, which is just going to absolutely change your life. So I love this so much. I always have so much to share, and I've come a long way with trusting. I know that whatever's come out tonight and those here, like you watching this back, I know and I trust that this has landed in some way. And I'm so grateful for you being here, showing up for yourself, and just like what we have for you tomorrow is going to be next level. Like really sit with, if there's emotions that come up tonight, it is okay. It is okay. All of you is welcome. You get to bring that to the group and to the chat. We get to support you as well. And we get to move through that and just know that we're here to support you as well. So thank you guys.
Amazing. Thank you, Cordo. That was absolutely incredible. That's amazing share. So thank you for, that was absolutely incredible. I don't even know what to say. Speaking my language, sis, that's all I can say.
Yeah, words and energy are landing, babe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was absolutely amazing. So
Thank you.
So this is the powerful thing for what I said at the start, for everyone here to connect with all of this for themselves. And just to make it even simpler for you all, it's like, where is it that you want to be in the next 12 months? Like to peel it back, like, yes, you can think about your entire life and all these things, but where is it like what's the first step for you? Maybe 12 months is too much for you. Maybe you're like in a real hard spot now, and you've just got to think about the next 6 months. And if that's you, then that's okay as well. And I also want to challenge you to think bigger in that as well. If you are in a difficult position, then but like try and go for at least 12 months and be like, if things were to massively shift for you and things were to change, even though we don't like change, but in order to have change, then we need to change. So it's like, what does that look like for the next 12 months? So we have a task for you tonight based on that. And it'll only take you 1 minute, like Kristen said at the start of the call. It'll only take you 1 minute. But the people that show up for this, there's a bit of there's a prize for one person in particular that does this with amazing energy and excitement and really puts themselves into it. Again, it's only 1 minute of your time. And it might feel weird if you've never done something like this before. It might feel weird. It might feel strange, but it's incredibly transformative and incredibly powerful. What you're going to do is you're going to do a 1 minute future pacing video. So you're going to have your phone, whether you want to put it up somewhere or do it selfie style, whatever it is, a 1 minute video of you talking as yourself in 12 months from now. Like, so you can obviously get clear on the things that where you want to be in 12 months, who you're being, who you're showing up as, what you have in your life, the people that you're surrounded with, the money that you have, the things that you're doing in your day-to-day, the time that you have available, whatever it is that you want to express that you have in those 12 months from now, you're going to talk as if you already have it.
So it can look something like, I love the suspense. Okay, so it can look something like
This is a phone, by the way, not a hand.
Okay, I'll do it. So it can look something like, you can say like, hey guys, or you can be like, hey mom, or hey dad, or hey me, however you want to open it. Hello, it's me. I'm doing a diary entry. Be free, be yourself. And really be in that day. Hey, I've just woken up. I've had a cup of tea this morning. I've got to play with my kids. It's so cool. I've got a homeschooling teacher coming over if you desire these things. Or I've dropped the kids off at school. I'm about to head into a little bit of work. I work a couple of hours a day, if that's what you desire. And I have a team that supports me, and I'm excited to catch up with them for a meeting in the afternoon, probably about 2 p.m. And I'm actually going to pick up the kids from school, or if they're homeschooling, or if you don't have kids, if you're hanging out, insert friends. And afternoon, we're going to go to the beach, the water park, XYZ, and then we're going to have this beautiful family dinner. I'm going to have dinner for one, if you desire that, whatever you want. And, and then we're going to watch the sunset. So it's like, this is where Nick's saying, like, be yourself in 12 months' time. And also just remember, guys, it's not going to look like, hey, I've just flown to Turkey to go hot air ballooning at sunrise over the place. And then we flew over to the US because I've always wanted to go to Vegas. And then in the afternoon, we had lunch with Trump. And then at nighttime, we went blah, blah, blah. You see the difference? What this whole conversation is around, guys, is you having this ideal day, this lifestyle that is achievable very closely and consistently every day. It's not about the big ticket items. It's not about the big like vision board dream adventures and you're like waking up in Disney World with the kid. It's not about that. It's actually about how you really, really would appreciate and operate in every single day. So if you want a tiny home like Kate, I totally would love that. So it's like putting that in if you aspire to have something like that. Hey, I just woke up in my tiny home. There's all little sheep around, little goats, whatever it is, just really feel into that. I live in a log cabin in the woods. How cool is that? I just realized a year ago I really wanted this. You know, get in this energy and frequency of what you guys want day to day. This is where people can get stumped, and that's why I give you the 2 ideas, is because people think they got to go to Egypt and go through the pyramids and all this stuff. It's that guys will come. Those big ticket items, those dreams that you want will come when you get yourself in alignment with what it is, how you want to operate every day, because this person gets those big ticket items. Those ticket items don't get this person. which is day to day. Does everybody get that? Like, just thumbs up at the screen, even though I can't see you guys. Or you can thumbs up that little blue emoji if you just get what I'm saying. You're like, I get it. I really get this.
And so, yeah, you're going to post that in the group. And before we close up this call as well, we'll only be on for a couple more minutes. Before we close up this call, I want you guys to pop in the chat. What's your biggest realization been from tonight about yourself?
Yeah.
What's the biggest realization? What's the biggest light bulb moment? What's the biggest aha moment? What's the biggest lesson? It could be anything. What's the first thing that comes to you? I want you guys to pop that into the chat. Because, yeah, this is what tonight's call is really about, is to give you those realizations, give you that understanding, give you permission to go there. Because who in their life actually has environments where they get to have these types of conversations?
Yes.
It's a very rare type of thing. So this is what we're opening up this call for, is to open up this conversation, because it's so important, because most people don't have it in their life.
Yeah.
But if you don't have it, if you don't create the direction, if you don't build the North Star, or I like to say, if you don't like plug the coordinates into the GPS, then how do you know what road to take to get there? How do you know what decisions, what choices, what actions you need to take, what person you need to become in order to get there? You don't. So this is why it's so important to build this out. It's like you'll really start understanding what's the vehicle, what's the pathway, what's the road that you need to take in order to get there. That's like, and Sunny's joining in on the action now as well.
Oh, buddy.
Awesome. So this is what's most important, and this is why we're getting to get clear, because then tomorrow night we're going to go into, okay, if this is the lifestyle that you want, this is the lifestyle that you've said, and we'll see it in the group. You guys will post your videos, we'll see it. Each of us will watch them all. We're really excited to see your videos in there. Like, it's going to be epic.
You know what? We're all going to do one too.
Yes.
So we'll be in there with you guys. We'll all do one too. Yeah.
And yeah, so it's like building that out. And tomorrow night we're going to go deep into, okay, what's a vehicle, what's a pathway that is going to allow you to have that?
Yeah.
This is the way that things should be built out, is in a way where you work out what is the lifestyle that you want, and then based on that, what's the vehicle, what's the pathway that's going to get you there? Most people do it the other way around. They get stuck into work, they get stuck into doing, and then they try and build their lifestyle out around that. It should be the other way around.
Yes.
And if you want to create a fulfilling life, a successful life, yeah, that's how you do it. You look at the lifestyle you want, and then we can start looking at, okay, what's the vehicle that can get you there? And we're going to share that with you tomorrow night. If you don't have that vehicle yet, or you're trying to work it out, we're going to share with you some steps, some powerful tools, some powerful ways that we've been able to do that for ourselves.
Yeah.
And how we're on path and how we're on mission to be able to create that for ourselves, so you can too.
Yeah.
Because if you feel like, yeah, this is the life that you want, and like that question I asked at the start, and I want you to start thinking about this as I tie in these questions, it's like, is what you're currently doing going to get you there? Like and this can be a harsh truth for some people. And it's not that you need to give it up and throw the towel in and everything like that, but maybe there's going to be a transition to something else.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that is, again, because I don't know what your version of success and fulfillment and what your version of freedom and all these things are. Like, I don't know. Yeah, everyone's version of that is different. So everyone's vehicle to get there is going to be different.
Yeah.
But you need to find the right vehicle that'll get you there. I like to use the analogy, just to finish on this, is it's like, if you, let's use the North Star analogy, because I created this, and it's like created this analogy from this. Like, if you want to get to your North Star, to get into space and get to the North Star, you need a rocket. You need a spaceship. You need to be friends with Elon Musk, essentially.
Yay.
You need to work for SpaceX, and you need to be an astronaut. But the vehicle is you need a spaceship and you need a rocket to get to your North Star. Most people are trying to get to the North Star, but they're driving around in a car. Like, you're not
Like
going
a
to
Harry Potter car?
yeah,
Bicycle.
Yeah, bicycle. You're not going to get there.
Or a boat.
Or even if I was to use the GPS analogy, it's like you want to get to Christchurch in New Zealand and you're trying to get there and you're riding a motorbike. Like, good luck getting across the ocean in a motorbike. You won't get there. You need a boat or a plane.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is the whole thing. It's like you need, like, when you get clear on the lifestyle, you'll be like, okay, is what I'm currently doing going to get me there? And the other question is, potentially for you, is it going to get you there as quickly as you want to get there?
Yeah.
Because most people work their whole life to get there. And they wait till they're 60, 70-year-olds to 70-year-old to retire and then get there.
Mm.
And it's like, wouldn't you prefer to enjoy and live your life fully right now rather than having to wait?
Mhm. Well, yeah. Who told you? What told you that you should wait? When
Mm.
did you choose to accept that reality for yourself? Boom, in the jar, in the box you go. And how does that really feel? So get to sit with that and be with that as well of like, who told me that? And then now I'm walking this path and showing my children that. Do I want that for them? Do I want to lead in that way? So some people don't have children, that's okay. If you want to think in that way, great. But you can think for yourself as well. Do you really want that in your heart of hearts? Is that what your heart says? Yep, this is okay. I'm happy. It probably will be a no for a lot of you.
Amazing. So we're going to dive deep into that tomorrow night. That's it for tonight. That's a wrap. If there's anything else either of you wanted to share, or you guys good?
No, I'm so excited to see the future pace videos.
Complete,
too.
amazing. They're going to be, if you want to be in the run for the prize, they're going to be up before 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Before 9 a.m.
If you want to be in the running for the prize, then yeah, chuck that in the group once you've uploaded it. Again, it will only take you probably 5 minutes of your time. By the time you build out what your life is and everything like that, and then you film it for a minute, that won't take you long.
And guys, this has never been shared before and it just came to me. I've got a secret story to tell you guys about $100,000 tomorrow when we're on the call. So I'm going to share that with you tomorrow. So be on the call, come and hear it. It's going to be a bit of a share for you. And
Monty's in on the action.
We'll see you there. Monty's in on the action. She's like 100K. I want to hear about it. Well, we'll see which way the story goes for you guys.
He's won. Monty's claimed it. You got to claim it. Who's winning? Top of the chat. Monty's winning.
Yeah, that's right. So we love you all. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Queensland time. Let's go. Let's go. Future pace videos. Let's go.